great morning. Oh, mercy, let me make sure this is all the way up. I wanted to start off this morning. I was looking at India and just see what I got on there, and it was interesting. Path is they need a lot of courage. They need to buck up and find some courage to go forward because this is not going to go away rapidly. Above it, we have eternal. Okay, so this is usually the end point, starting point of a new cycle. Okay, eternal also has to do with, we have a lot of deaths happening. Life is eternal, but things are, coming to some sort of conclusions and moving forward. What we have here, they've got the information about all these deaths coming out. Okay, they are in for a lot of difficulty. Okay, taking a lot of hits, a lot of difficulties. So this is the card of, usually they say, the theft, what's being stolen are lives, but I think this also has to do with taking away what you can take away out of a situation. Okay, but I wanted to have some clarifiers of this. Usually this is, looking for some compassion. This is usually my card for Biden as well. There's some judgment going on as to what's happening in India. But I think that the leaders are reaching out, and I think that, again, Biden has offered to help whatever can be done with it. Now, what's most important are these other two cards. That it's hitting cultural, family roots, home, peace, comfort. This is the fourth house. Okay. So family roots, the culture itself, home, peace and comfort, all of that is being challenged with all these deaths. And the main archetype, the thing they're going through now, is the desert. Now, this one is the most telling. So I'm just going to read what it says here about the desert. It's a desert time for India now. It's the drought, the wasteland, badlands. The desert leaves us disoriented, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we are confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embark the discomfort and embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will someday reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright and its dark terrifyingly deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. The crows, the shadows, and the coyotes' call surround you. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, weary traveler. So in the light aspects, it's surreal, strange, unexpected visions and silence. In the dark aspect, it's drying, deadening, disorientating, and isolating. So I think all of those things are true with COVID. I mean, people are having to really look at the reality of death, okay, and really facing their own um, mortality. Okay, and a lot of loss with families. Everybody's going to die, let's face it. But this is like so quick, out of the blue, and really overwhelming for people. And it's causing so much disruption in families. You lose the person there that's the breadwinner, so to speak, because of the pandemic. You're not having enough food. Everything is being affected here. And it is such a difficult time. So anyway, that's what I'm getting this morning on India. They are really in for, a lot of deaths. The numbers are mounting daily. And it's going to be there for a while, unfortunately. And again, this is affecting the whole culture. When somebody dies in India, there are so many rituals to be done, etc. And there are so many poor there. I mean, really desperately poor. And it's going to go through those really poor communities like wildfire, because there's nothing to stop it. They're just, so many of these people, they don't have houses. They live in these little constructed hovels that they have. So many of these desperately poor people. And if you've ever been to Delhi, it is so crowded. It is so crowded. Again, and the trains, riding the trains are crowded. People are, especially if you're lower income and you're in these trains, literally, I rode one of the trains from the north to the south, and I wasn't in the more expensive part where you buy a bunk. If you're not buying a bunk and you're in there, literally I was like this the whole way. I had people sitting by my feet are up on the thing, and you're like this. You cannot move. That's how packed it is. People will try to ride on the top of the train. I mean, this is desperate. And you have COVID conditions, and with that type of thing happening, you're going to really, really have a lot of desperation and difficulties moving forward out of this. So we'll have to keep an eye on it, but what I'm getting today with the reading, like I said, very desperate, feeling like you're out in the desert, like you're alone, like you're not having any help. There's no water, there's no food, you're desperate, and I would say that pretty much feels like what it would be. They're very much panicked and feeling without, kind of without hope for some of these people. We still see they're having big rallies and stuff. So that's, super spreaders, like Trump was having super spreader events. But you've got such a huge population in India that it's even worse. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. Much love and light. See you online.